Hi, my name is Alpha Agape, and I'll be representing the Student Activity Committee to present to you today um, some ideas on how perhaps the organization units within Malaysia section could engage the student branches. I hope you guys are doing well, keeping well, staying safe at home. So we move on with what I have prepared for the presentation. Now we have 27 student branches across the country, spanning all the way from Perlis all the way down to Johor and then to East Malaysia in Sabah and Sarawak. Um, so each of the red arrow which you see here represents a single student branch in that vicinity, with the exception for Selangor, which probably has a much higher number of student branches, which I was unable to represent as single arrows. So what I've done instead is to replace it with a single big red arrow in the Selangor state. Now, what I went on to do was to analyze the committee list, which the organizational units would have submitted to our secretary, Dr. Rosmi, just to have an idea of where the chair and vice chair of each organization unit was located. What I found was that either the chair or vice chair of these organization units were actually located very close to the following student branches. So the student branch which is close to these personnels, what I've done was I've highlighted it in yellow. All right. So the student branches in yellow represents the student branches who are closest to either a chair or vice chair of an organization unit in Malaysia section, with the exception of perhaps Universiti Utara Kedah, Universiti Utara Malaysia in Kedah, UPSI in Perak, Nilai University and Inti University in Negeri Sembilan, as well as Curtin University in Miri, Sarawak. With the exception of this, all other student branches uh, would most likely have access to either the chair or vice chair of the 28 organizational units in Malaysia. Now, what we have here is a standard org chart given to us by MGA, where you would probably know that Malaysia section comes under Region 10, and you would have your councils, subsections, technical chapters, affinity groups, and then the student branches coming under the purview of the Malaysia section, and student chapters and student affinity groups coming directly under the purview of the student branch. Now, what I'm proposing here is the relationships in the red dotted line, where student branches have direct communication with the chapters, councils, and affinity groups, um, and this communication can be independent of the Malaysia section. So that brings me to the student branch collaboration program. So what I hope to achieve through this program is threefold. The first purpose would be to revitalize the student branches in Malaysia. Now, you may be aware that the number of student retention, the percentage of student retention in Malaysia is very low. So we get very high sign-ups, but we are unable to retain them for the second year. And it's mainly because they don't see the value of hanging on as a member. So what I hope to do through this collaboration program is that the chapters definitely will be able to provide them with a rich technical content to tap from, to tap into. So it's sort of like a technical mentor for the student and the student branch. Um, Besides that, uh, this collaboration can also be a platform for the student branch to develop their student leaders. So that would be some form of soft skill development. So you have a technical development as well as soft skill development coming out of this collaboration. Besides that, um, it will also help increase the chapter's engagement and visibility. Um, so in terms of organizing student activities in a local university through the student branches, what you're actually doing is you'd probably be able to reach out to staff members or to even students or graduate students uh, who are in the university who may be interested to listen to a certain talk or workshop which you may organize in that university. And this, of course, gives you an opportunity for engaging new members. It also gives you an opportunity for your members to give talks in through this platform, which they can then use for their professional development or giving back to the community. And finally, I hope you'll be able to enhance both the chapters and student branches chances of applying for grants, be it from IEEE, uh, student activities, or even the R10 student activities committee, and of course closer to home from the section itself. So this collaboration, with this collaboration, what I see is that we'll be able to put forward better quality grants and of course better quality activities as well, which will then increase our percentage or our probability of scoring a grant to support such activities. Now, there are many benefits which can result from such a collaboration with students. Now, students being much younger are definitely more energetic and creative than most of us, and this tapping into this helps actually brings value and visibility for the chapter activities, whether it's designing creative content or digital content, or whether it's just flyer design. All right, they can also be an extra pair of hands to help you with the organization of your events, be it a talk, workshop, seminar, or conference. So you could get the student branch to handle the logistics of an event, uh, while the chapter look at the more technical aspect of the event. Um, this collaboration would also provide a good test case scenario for the chapter in the event the chapter is considering uh, probably forming a student branch chapter. Right, so we could see if it's worthwhile for the chapter to consider going down such a path. On a more personal level, engaging with the student branches also enables you as an individual to engage with students on a more individual basis, with student members on a more personal basis. And then, of course, this can give rise to you perhaps meeting a potential research student or potential research assistant, or even as from my personal experience, potential leaders who can then go on to bring about changes in their circle of influence. So that's all for me. I want to thank you so much for uh, giving me your attention. But before I end, if at all what I've presented has sparked an interest or perhaps given you a couple of ideas, I'd like you to please drop me an email at this email address here, and we can then follow up via email to see what is it that your chapter needs, and perhaps find a suitable student branch which you can then collaborate, work together with, either on we could start off with a couple of activities and then see how it goes from there. All right. Thank you so much for your time, and have a good day.